Good afternoon, student. This is the fifth and last part of the chapter People as Resource, class 9, subject Social Science. In this part, we will address the issue of unemployment given in your NCERT book on page number 24. Students, unemployment is one of the negative factor for making utilization of people as productive resource in spite of imparting them education, training and medical care. But before we move ahead, what is unemployment? Who should be called unemployed? To help you understand, your book has taken you to the example of Sakal's story. If you remember, Sakal's mother was housewife. Sakal also had one brother and one sister named Jitu and Situ. They were also not doing anything other than playing and moving in the village. So your book is wanting to ask you that do you consider, because all these three people, Sakal's mother, brother and sister, are not doing anything, should we call them unemployed? So it depends whether we understand the concept of unemployment or not. Let us find what is unemployment. So student, any person who is having ability and willing to work, but in spite of these willingness and ability, he is unable to get a work for him at the set wages or salary, then that person is said to be unemployed, and this process and this phenomena is called unemployed. Now you check this on the category, but before that I want to repeat it again. There are two keywords in the definition: willingness and ability. Any person who is able, who has the ability to do certain type of work and also has the willingness, but even then if they do not get a proper job for them, then the person is said to be unemployed, and this entire process is called unemployment. Now student, check whether Sakal's mother is unemployed, whether his brother or sister are unemployed. Student, Sakal's mother, or you can take various examples other than this. You can take your classroom as an example, where many students may have their mother as working one and many other students may have their mother as housewife. Now question is, do we need to call those mother who are housewife or Sakal's mother who is housewife as unemployed? We will have to look for. Maybe it is possible that there is a student in your class whose mother is only housewife, but she is very much able to do, she is educationally qualified for a particular work, technical skill she also has, but even then she has chosen to work for the she has chosen to take the responsibility of the family member, to cook for the house, to take care of the other issues related to family, then she cannot be considered unemployed. Similarly, Sakal's mother has chosen herself to remain in this work. That is why I must be telling you that Sakal mother cannot be considered unemployed. What about Jitu and Situ? They are too young. Your book has mentioned that for unemployment there is a age category also. It is from 15 to 59. I am repeating again. From the age group of 15 year to the age group of 59. Now I am again making a definition, adding this age constraint also, that if any person is between the age group 15 to 59 and and has the ability and willingness and even then don't get a job, then the person can be said unemployed. This age is very important, because if children are less than this age or if people are older than 59, they cannot be considered into the workforce. Take yourself as an example. You are in class 9th student. It is the age for you to attain education, to make yourself capable of making money in the future. But right now in this moment, because your mummy, papa, your parents take care of your responsibility, like they pay your school fees, they arrange the school uniform, stationery, textbook, school bag, etc., etc., you cannot be considered unemployed. You may be willing to work, but even then you do not have that educational qualification which is required to do certain sort of work. So I hope I made the definition of unemployment clear. That is why your book has mentioned that neither Sakal's mother nor his brother and sister, and nor even his grandparents, although in the story it is not mentioned, but book is telling you that even grandparents are not considered to be unemployed. That's how we have completed the understanding about unemployment. Two things, don't forget: willingness and ability. Last example I'm giving you, it is coming in my mind, so I think that I should be giving you. Take the example of Sachin Tendulkar. Everybody knows. I read somewhere that Sachin Tendulkar's wife is fit for doing practice as a doctor. She is. It means that she has the educational qualification to practice as a doctor, but she don't practice as a doctor. Whatever reason, I don't know. Maybe she thinks that her husband is earning a lot. Another reason could be that she thinks that she need to take care of the family, children, etc., because husband always remain on tour playing for Cricket India. That could be any reason, but because she is herself not willing, she cannot be considered unemployed, though she has the ability to practice as a doctor. This was the last example I gave you. Now let's move what is the unemployment situation in your country. Unemployment exists both in rural and urban area, but its nature gets changed. In rural area, we find two kind of unemployment. One is seasonal unemployment and second is disguised unemployment. I shall explain. This is little complex in nature, so it will require little time to be explained. And in urban area, mostly you will find that educated unemployment is a very common scenario. Student, it doesn't mean that in the urban area other sort of unemployment cannot exist, like disguise or like the seasonal. There are few examples, but mostly it exists in agricultural field. Take the case of seasonal unemployment. We know that our agriculture production do take place in a particular season, and between the production of two crop, I mean after the completion of the one crop and before sowing of the seeds of the another crop, there is always a period of say 1 month or 2 months when farmers do not find themselves any work opportunity. So you can say this is just a seasonal unemployment because they are unemployed only for a particular season. Once there will be another season when they will require to get involved in the process of production for another crop, maybe Kharif or Rabi or any other like Zayed, they shall get back to the work. So this nature of work is called seasonal unemployment. Now next is a student that you can say is disguised unemployment, for which we have another name that is called hidden unemployment. Question is, what is disguised unemployment? Your book has given an example of rural area, that if in a particular area 5 people in place, if in a particular area in a particular field, if 5 people are required and more are working, say 8 are working, that's what it is mentioned in your book. Yes, it is. So these 3 people are extra. They are not producing anything extra, though from outside it look like 8 people are working, 8 people are employed, but production being made by these 3 extra people is 0. So if these 3 people will be taken out from the field, their productivity will not get affected. Why this is called hidden unemployment or disguise? Because it is very difficult to find out 3 extra person. I am interested to give you an example from the urban area. Suppose I am owner of this particular room from where I am making this video content, and suppose every second year I used to get this room whitewashed. So being owner of this room, I am very much aware that how much labor is required for this room to get whitewashed in a complete 2 day. Suppose I know that 2 days are required. If I hire 2 laborer, for this room, 2 full days are required to completely whitewash this room. Suppose now, in spite of knowing that only 2 are required, I have hired 1 extra person. So what I would be doing? I would end up paying wages to 1 extra labor. But do you think that they would be producing something extra? No, they will not. They are very clever and they will get involved in something that is called work shirking. Work shirking means not doing work with maximum output, और इसे हिंदी में स्टूडेंट कहते हैं काम चोरी. this work shirking do take place, although it is little opposite to the nature of topic you studied in your mathematics. There was a topic in your mathematics, time r this was the name of the chapter, in which you always had calculated that if a particular work is done by 5 laborer in a one day, how many days it will require by the 10 laborers. So you immediately say half day, just because you assume. But in economics we do not assume this particular case, rather things will be opposite. Labor do understand that they can easily complete the work within 2 days as given by you, so they will not do the work with maximum output, rather they will slow down the speed of the brush for whitewashing your room, and you will not be able to know who is the extra laborer, because whenever you will be standing over there, you will find everybody is working. The moment you will be going out, they will be getting involved into the gossip or some sort of thing that you can say that they will somehow pass the time. Reason, they are very clever. They know that if the 3 of them will work with their full potential, work might be completed on the second day before its scheduled time, and then you might ask them to do some extra work like painting of the windows or painting of the door also. So they will slow down deliberately this speed. Now question is that what in return you have got by hiring extra person. You have paid extra wages to one person for 2 days, but in return you did not get any extra work. So you can say that it is your loss. Although from outside it seems that you have given employment to 3 people, actually not. Rather, in case there are extra person who is not producing anything extra, if you could have not given opportunity to this person, even then your work would have been completed. Student, this situation mostly exists in the village area. That's why your book has given an example from the agriculture field. But to help you understand better the concept, I have given one example from this area also, that is whitewashing example. So I think that I made the point clear, disguise unemployment, because in this we do not know who is extra employed person. Everybody seems to be working from outside. That's why it is also called with another name, hidden unemployment. We will go into detail in class 10th again. So this is a word you shall be going there, understanding again what hidden. Extra productivity is not being done by an extra person. It means it is wastage of the resources from my side, because I have ended up paying 2 days extra wages to one person, which was not at all required. Now moving to next concept, that what is the problem of educated unemployed person. It exists mostly in the urban area. Interesting fact in your country is that in India there are more number of graduate and postgraduate unemployed than those who have done only matriculation. There is another important area in your book. It is mentioned that you will be finding that there is a plenty of people, there are plenty of people who are technically skilled but looking for job opportunity, although there is a shortage of skilled person in other area. That's a very interesting fact. Your book is wanting you to get involved. Now your book is mentioning in this part that there is surplus in one category. Certain areas are there where there are more people, but work opportunity is not as much, and certain other areas are there where more people are required to do the work, but in that field people are not possessing the kind of ability required for that particular field. This is a different kind of situation, student. Now moving to next part on page number 25, where it is mentioned various other nature, that what unemployment causes. Unemployment causes various critical situations all across the world, wherever it exists. We are discussing in this chapter people as resource, how we can make our how we can make our people productive one. But now considering another area, that is causes of unemployment. No, sorry, we are not discussing causes of unemployment. What we are discussing is, what are unemployment causes in the society and in the student economy. Unemployment causes many things in our society. Number one, there are various factors written in your book. Let me read one by one and explain you. It is written that it is wastage of manpower. Truly, it is wastage of manpower. We know that we have a certain age for work. Suppose if we do not get work till the age of 45, our working age for working and producing thing for our family remain limited to another 14-15 years. So it is equally required to get a job at the right time so that our true potential can be utilized. Second thing, you will find that in any society where there is a lot of people remaining unemployed, they become a liability rather than turning into the assets, in spite of that they are being well trained and imparted with education, training and medical care. There is a feeling of depression also, it has been noticed in the society among the unemployed people. There is suicidal tendency what gets developed, and sometimes you find that unemployment people, those who are unemployed, get involved into the crime like situation. That's very common. You used to read in the newspaper that those who are arrested by police in a particular crime are supposed to be unemployed, but because they were supposed to have requirement of money, they were compelled to get involved into a crime like situation. Sometimes from the good families these kind of acts are seen in the society. Moving to another part, that unemployment also lead to the economic overload, because those people who are unemployed become burden on our working population. This causes a very serious concern, student, because this reduce the quality of life, and not only the quality of individual's life get affected, quality of the life for the entire society gets affected, because there are less number of people who are working and making money, and more number of people are getting dependent on them. That is another issue, student. Now your next point what is mentioned is that due to unemployment, sometime what happen, that resources of a particular family get reduced and causing it, and due to this what causes poor health situation. Sometime unemployment tend to taking the children back from schooling system. These are some another serious concern of the unemployment. Also unemployment lead to depression in the economics, because if more number of people can work, but because of lack of job opportunity they are not getting work, they are not producing either for themselves, for their family or for the society, economy is not going to get the kind of production it could have if employment would have been made possible for all section of the society. One more thing, and the last thing, it is written about unused manpower. This is, I said already, that there is an age for working. If we do not get a kind of work during a particular age, it is likely to happen that people might end up getting wastage, because their time, their working age is passing, but they are not getting employment opportunity. Simply means that more number of their working years will be going to waste, and if they end up getting at the job opportunity at the later age, they will have very less number of age to produce something for their family, for themselves. Even they will not be contributing as they could have done for the society or for the economy. Now what about the situation in India? There are certain traits about your country India, that how in India, it is written on page number 26 that very interesting fact, student, in India unemployment rate is quite low. It sounds good, but actually it is not. Why it is low? There are two reasons. Our larger number of people work in the agricultural sector, which is our primary sector, and as there is no job opportunity, or you can say that there is no job to be given by other, rather it is a family work. So as many people are there in the family, everybody get involved on the field doing agricultural work. So it seems that everybody is working, although they do not produce to their maximum potential, although they do not contribute to the economy at the highest level. This is one of the reasons that you will find large number of people are employed in agricultural sector, reduces the unemployment rate, but situation is not good. Even in urban area there are many people who are unemployed, sometime partially, sometime with the low productivity, sometime they do not produce as much as they could, but they get some work as a part-time worker. So their productivity is less, but you cannot call them unemployed. That is the reason that unemployment rate is also low. So I gave you example why unemployment rate is low in the rural area, because agriculture work is there. Our 60% population is still involved in the agriculture productivity, because agricultural work is a work within the family. No job is supposed to be given by other. That's why every member of the family gets involved, and they never call themselves unemployed. They are not considered unemployed. Similarly, in the urban area, there are many people who do not produce to the maximum. They get some work with the least productivity. They get some work as a part-time worker and not considered into the unemployment. This is the reason that unemployment rate in India is low. It is also written that in India there are many companies who tend to get work only as a part time. Many companies do not want to do hiring and firing, rather they give work for based on the seasonal character. Means if they get lot of work, they hire work, they pass the work to the labor. If they don't get in a lean season but kind of work, they do not pass, and they do not need to give the job proper job. That is another reason that productivity do not remain very good, although it look like that unemployment rate is quite low in India. Moving to the last part, that because in agriculture production we have already discussed, student, there exists disguise unemployment. Though it seems that large number of people are working on the field, but do you think that they will produce more? Because they will not produce more, they will not help to earn something extra. So survival of the family become a difficult task, and then what starts, we have already discussed in the Palampur chapter also, that they start moving to urban area for the sake of job, getting some job opportunity there. They used to live in slums area, and then it is not an assurance that they get a kind of job. They have come from village hoping that they will get some good work. Not necessary. So this is another problem that our society face, the situation of a partial unemployment. It it actually reduce the unemployment rate, but it do not produce as much as such a large population which seems to be working is required to produce. Now student, there is a secondary sector also. We have discussed primary sector, but in the urban area there are manufacturing sector. You will find a small scale in manufacturing sector is the one in which lot of job has been created. But again, same thing I'm repeating, nature of the job being created in this area is not permanent, and also not very productive in nature. That's why people, although seems to be employed, but they are not producing to the maximum level. However, there are certain good things also. In the last part it is written that in service sector lot of areas are emerging where people are being occupied with productive work, they with good earning opportunity for themselves. Some examples are mentioned like information and technology, communication, biotechnology. These are new emerging areas where people are employed with utmost uh, uh, with utmost possibility that they can earn higher for themselves, and they can produce and contribute in the national income of the country. Now in the last part, your book has given one example as story of village. There is not a particular person mentioned in this story. It is simply a story giving you that in this village few families live. They fulfill their requirement on their own, like their food requirement. Even they do not get their clothes stitched outside, they are able to get the stitching of the clothes themselves. But what happens, one person in the village decide that their children should go to the higher studies for the children get admission in the agricultural college. Later he become agricultural engineer, and while coming back to village he bring his expertise and provide help to the farmer in the village area to increase the productivity. It is written that he even managed to develop a new kind of plough which could increase the productivity of the wheat crop. What could be the outcome is that in this area now there is a higher productivity. People are inspired with this child's agricultural engineering abilities. His ability as agricultural engineer is helping them to improve the agriculture productivity in the village. So now they are taking inspiration that their children should be also getting education. That is why in the panchayat it was decided that because more and more people are now wanting to have education for their children, panchayat made request to the government could establish a school there. So now plenty of children are going to school. So it means now there is another job opportunity. Teaching job is required in the village area. Few teachers are required to teach different subjects. So you will find that suddenly that village there was no opportunity for any work, no opportunity for any productive work. Suddenly has got a work of an agricultural engineer, suddenly has got a job possibility for a teacher. And there is another example that a girl has been trained to do the stitching. She has become tailor. So now people in the village, because now they are making good money, they are not going outside the village, rather they are getting their clothes stitched from this girl. So tailoring is another area which is emerging. Slowly and slowly this village is finding more and more job opportunity for many people. Those if could not be initiated with this boy who has become agricultural engineer would have remained with less productivity. But now extra people who were considered not required for the agricultural work in the field now getting some extra source of earning by doing different kind of work. This itself is an example that in any society not only it is required to impart people with education, training and medical care, it is equally important, student, that there has to be enough job opportunity for them. That's how we are finishing this chapter. Most of the part is already being explained. Every single line I have tried to explain you. Even if you find any explanation, although you people are asking question on YouTube to me, possibly I'm answering every question, but in case you find any doubt, your classes are also going on, ask your teacher. The exercise also given in the later part of this chapter on page number 27 and 28. So you are advised to find answer yourself. I'm sure you will have no problem. In case you remain with some problem, please discuss with your teacher. Thank you, students.